Welcome to this Saturday Travel and History Tip, and we are in Ohio still, in Newark. We were traveling between Flint Ridge, where we went to the ancient quarries and nature preserve, and I gotta tell you, there's no reason to go there. We were going from there to the ice cream factory when we came across the National Heisey Glass Museum at 6th and West Main in Newark. We were drawn to the beautiful glass doors with the famous Heisey H. Heisey Glass manufactured glassware between 1896 and 1957. As the brochure says, welcome to the National Heisey Glass Museum. You have just taken the first step in broadening your knowledge of handmade American glass. All of the items you will see today, except our reproductions, fakes, and lookalikes, were made by A. H. Heisey and Company between 1896 and 1957. Gallery 1 is found on the first floor and includes glass made by the company between 1896 to 1899, 1910 to 1919, 1920 to 1929, 1930 to 1939, and the decade of the 40s and the 50s, ending when the company closed in December of 1957. It closed for the Christmas holiday and never opened again. Founded by A. H. Heisey in 1895, the company opened for business in Newark, Ohio in April of 1896. From the beginning, A. H. Heisey and Company hoped to bring quality, affordable glassware to every home. While Heisey had an exceptional formula for their crystal glassware, the company embarked on their first attempt at colored glass. There were 4 new colors: emerald, a dark green; canary, a Vaseline color; Ivorina verde, a custard-colored opaque glass; and opal, a milk glass. These colors were introduced during a 3-year period between 1897 and 1899. The 1900s was a period of expansion. The colonial styles with flutes, scallops, and panels would dominate the production. While innovative colors brought excitement to the Heisey market in the 20s, the 1930s introduced patterns that would prove to be the mainstay of the company during the Depression years. 1940 to 1949, this decade includes the war years. The war economy, with its lack of availability of raw material and manpower, would most definitely affect the production of glass from the Heisey factory. A major change in production would be the return to manufacturing of crystal only. Stiegel Blue Cobalt had been the last remaining color, and that was dropped from production sometime in 1941 due to the classification of cobalt as a strategic material by the government. On the second floor, you'll find Gallery 2. This includes a lot of the specialty items like candlesticks, cruets, cologne bottles, molasses and syrup, cream and sugar glasses, including shakers and domino sugar holders, candy jars, candy boxes and candy dishes, vases, baskets, finger bowls, smoking items, cigarette boxes, and ashtrays. That was so funny to see ashtrays again. I haven't seen ashtrays in a really long time. Salad sets and floral bowls. The lower level of the museum is also known as the multi-purpose room because functions are hosted in this room throughout the year. It also contains the factory display, which included old photographs of the factory and production equipment and molds. One could spend an hour just reading the signs and being amazed by the ingenuity and how the glassware was made. This is a traveling salesman's case filled with samples of Heisey glassware. In the stairwell is the Heisey in Hollywood. This was truly interesting as they showed movie shots with famous old-time actors where Heisey glass was part of the scene. They would have often a photograph of the actors on set with the Heisey glass and the actual glassware that was used, including scenes from Stan Laurel and Laurel Hardy from the movie It's a Wonderful Life, Clark Gable, an old school famous comedian Lucille Ball, and Desi Arnaz, Ronald Reagan. See the tumbler on the table? And there's a sample tumbler beside the photograph. Judy Garland. Others include Errol Flynn, Gary Cooper, Jean Harlow, and this special couple, Jacqueline Lee Bouvier and John F. Kennedy. They were married on the morning of September 12, 1953, in St. Mary's Roman Catholic Church in Newport, Rhode Island, and we have been to that church. Rhode Island is definitely a place you will want to go to learn more about the Gilded Age and the rich and famous. The more than 800 guests included many notable individuals. The reception was held on the terrace of the 300 100-acre Auchincloss oceanfront estate. Rhode Island is the ocean state. It was the Hammersmiths farm, and the guest list included 1,200. The glassware at the reception was Heisey, number 1404, old sandwich, water goblets, and saucer champagnes. And they had a sample of the goblet. Moving down the hall, you will enter the King House. It was built in 1831 for Samuel Dennis King, a prominent Newark attorney. This Greek Revival-style house remained in the family until 1973, when it was moved to its present location to serve as the National Heisey Glass Museum. Upon entering the King House, you will see on your right a display of Heisey cordials. Room 2 is the first of front parlors and the first of our rooms devoted to Heisey colors. You won't want to miss the beautiful hanging cherry staircase, as well as the stained glass windows surrounding the doors. Room 3 continues the presentation of Heisey colors. Across the room, you will notice to the right of the fireplace the case with zircon, limelight in the top, and dawn in the lower section. The picture over the fireplace is Samuel Dennis King. In room 2 is a second fireplace which has portraits of August H. and Susan Duncan Heisey. Room 4 opens up into the formal dining room. The glassware on the table is changed seasonally. And over the fireplace is a portrait of Mary Ann King, the wife of the builder of the King House. Downstairs in the house is the post-closing production room and fakes. Yes, there are fake Heisey glass. We peeked in this room and there were two gentlemen packaging glass. They were preparing for an auction. Throughout the year, HCA holds a variety of special events that include 2 benefit auctions to provide and help support this wonderful collection. I really thought this was nice. This was his mailbox. What a great mailbox. It's all a part of American history. Learn it. Love it. Appreciate it. Don't let them steal our history. Teach children our American history. And next Saturday, we're going to take you on a couple of food stops. Boy, don't those guys look yummy? Maybe you'll skip to the ice cream and to the large Buckeye. You'll have to wait till next Saturday, though. And this glass mirror has an etching of the Heisey Glass Factory. Thank you.